8 is the new 28. And I'm logging in live to see what the rest of the world got going on. Holler at me when you up here. Let's get the party started. I just came back from a crazy run, 4.5 miles in the rain. It was raining when I went out the front door. Hey, look, I like it when it started raining when I'm out there running, but this time it was raining before I even left home. Hey, look, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. And look, I could talk about it all day or I could be about it. It's all up to me. Yeah, look, how many of y'all go running in the rain? Talk to your boy. How many of y'all go running in the rain? Man. Hey, look, the only thing I don't like about running in the rain is you're going to run through some puddles. Trust me. You're going to definitely run through a couple of puddles. And I got shoes that don't have the mesh on the front of them. So your feet don't get wet. That's the only good thing about it. The water going to have to go over your sock in order for you to get wet. Jelew, appreciate you, coach. What would you tell your 25-year-old self if you could? I tell them don't waste no money. Taking a whole bunch of people out, spending money on nothing. Hey, look, save that money because you're going to need it in the long run. I could have retired 10 years ago. I ain't had to wait 10 years later. I threw a lot of money away when I was growing up. That's the first thing I would tell people. And don't listen to other people because people have you doing stuff that they wouldn't even do for themselves. Don't never listen to other people. Listen to yourself. Yourself makes sense. It's the reason why you say no to a lot of stuff. Yourself makes sense. That's what I would tell my 25-year-old self, considering I'm 58 now. That was 28 years ago. That's what I would tell myself. Don't spend money when it ain't necessary, and don't listen to other people. Listen to yourself. So I hope that helped you. But what's going on with you today, big homie? What's happening? Man, I just came in the crib from a long run. It felt longer when it's in the rain. And look, I left out the house. It was already raining. Hey, look, I ain't had to get used to it. As soon as I stepped off the porch, the rain smashed me up. But that's okay, though. Still got that 4.5 miles in. I don't try to run fast when I'm running in the rain because the ground be so slippery. Plus, you got to stomp through a lot of puddles. I have on these running glasses, right? They tinted. But the only thing about it is to keep the water from hitting you in the eyes and whatnot, but you can't really see the puddles. You know what I'm saying? So you kind of got to run through them sometimes. If I could see it from a distance, I run around it. But a lot of times to run around it, you got to get off the sidewalk and cut into the street. Man, it ain't never a good idea. So, hey, look, just go ahead and get your job done. Get your job done and come on home. I realized one thing. When I left home, it was 4.5 to 5 miles. When I got started, it was no longer 4.5 to 5 miles. I was on short time. So, get started. Get started and get going. That's what I always tell people. No matter how long the run seems before you leave home, it ain't that long when you leave home. Hey, look, ain't nobody gonna walk out the door and have a 5-mile run and then get down the street and around the corner and still got 5 miles. It don't work like that. So a lot of times when you get out the house and get down the street, you already killing it. So go ahead and rock it on and then come on back to the crib. That's what I tell them. Hey, look, plain and simple. You still got to get the run done. I don't care who you are. If you're still running, you're still running. And I like to get the run done. But I was a little tired today too, man, because I did a lot of, I did the heavy lifting today with the 60-pound dumbbells. So everything, shoulder shrugs, I was doing all that stuff 7 o'clock this morning. It was tough, but, you get through it just like you get through anything else. But it just makes you tired. All them squats. I'm doing 300 squats a day now. So all them squats make you tired by the time you leave home. You already tired before you leave home. But still got to go. It's all good, though. But what y'all got going on, man? Talk to your boy. What's cracking in y'all neighborhood, man? Let me know what's good. Yesterday, I was on this live stream on this channel, and the phone cut off on me because I went all the way to the end. I had 10% and I kept talking. And next thing I know, the phone cut off. Have you spoken on Floyd and Mayweather? I don't know. I think you might mean Pacquiao and Mayweather. Or Tyson and Mayweather. I don't know which one you're talking about. Floyd and Pacquiao or Floyd and Tyson? Which one you talking about? Tell me so I can go ahead and talk about it. Which one? Mayweather and Pacquiao or Mayweather and Tyson? Pac. It's a money grab. Pacquiao can't beat Mayweather. Not even on a good day. Mayweather stays active. He stays in the gym. He stays training. He stays fit. He runs all the time. He spars a lot of the guys in the gym. And then on top of that, he had good exhibition fights for the last couple of years to where he already made like 100 to 150 million over the last couple of years. He stayed on top of his game. And his game is not easy to beat, especially for a guy like Pacquiao who's coming up at the end of his career. He couldn't even beat Mario Barrios. So with that being said, I think Mayweather might even drop Pacquiao if it makes sense. But you got to think Mayweather's the type of guy that won't drop Pacquiao just because it'll make Pacquiao look bad and it'll make him look worse. It'll make him look like he took advantage of somebody. So Mayweather just outbox you, give you money's worth. What do I think about Brazilian boxers? Do you think we have potential for world champions? I don't know Brazilian boxers. You gotta like educate me on something. And anybody, I do know this though. Anybody got potential for world championships. All you gotta do is train. Don't matter where you come from. You can come out the backyard. You can come out the mud. You can come from down the street, around the corner. Hey, look, anybody got potential. All you gotta do is train them. Everybody is trainable. And I don't care where you're from. Everybody's trainable. Everybody's trainable. That's the most important part. I hope that's the part that sinks in the most. Everybody's trainable. Yeah, but I like a lot of stuff. People, period. But I don't care where you come from, dog. Wherever you come from, don't matter. Black, white, Puerto Rican, Mexican. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter. If you're willing to fight, if you're willing to train, you can fight. They got good coaches all over the world. Send me to Brazil. I get somebody ready. I know what to put into you, bro. I know what kind of gasoline your body need. Jose. Hey, look, man, appreciate you being up here. Make sure y'all hit the like button when y'all on the channel. And if y'all new to the channel, make sure y'all subscribe. And let's keep the party going. Where the rest of my questions at? I know I got some questions out there because y'all ain't seen me since yesterday. Let's talk about something. Tell me something. Man, I got to get this water down, bro. I'm at a half a gallon right now. Couldn't drink too much over the last 2 hours because I knew I was going running. I had to go running a little later than normal. Most time I like to leave home like 1 o'clock. Most time I like to leave home like 1 o'clock, but didn't get a chance to make it. Teacher, don't forget you're coming to Atlanta for your student, man. Hey, look, man, you know I'm coming to that ATL, player. It's going to be sooner than you think, bro. Whenever I come through the ATL, you know I'm going to let you know in advance. You feel me? I'm going to let you know in advance. This me, Shouty. What it do, man? Alex Foley, what good, yo? Hey, look, was you online yesterday, man? I got knocked offline, man. Real talk, man. These phones be dying on me, man. Hey, look, the joint it said I had 20%. Then it came back and said I had 10%. And I kept talking, thinking I had at least 10 minutes. That joint cut off on me like 3 minutes. Left me stranded. But that's okay, though, because I'm back again today. Y'all know how I do things. Whatever we didn't get yesterday, we can get it today. You feel me? We can get it today. My man said, how's my favorite zoo animal doing? The lion is doing great, brother. Glad you asked. Still roaring, bro. I'm at the top of the food chain. I couldn't be doing no better. They feed me well up in the jungle, bruh. I'm a lion, baby. That's all you need to know. Hey, look, that's what we do here. That's how we show here. Haha. I'm more of a lion than you, cause see, real lions, we come out in front and let people know who we are. Fake lions do this right here. That's the new lion, the typewriter. You ain't nothing but a typewriter. Chi-Town, what up, player? What you doing, man? Yeah, I'm at work. I see you staying consistent with content and knowledge, man. You know I got to, man. Hey, somebody learning something every day. This the kind of thing you into, man, where you learn something every day. And look, it ain't even about boxing all the time. Sometimes it's about what you do outside the ring. Like I try to tell you about people like Gervonta Davis. It's not about how good you are inside the ring. It's about how good you are outside the ring. That's where the real knowledge sets in. And so when people come on my channel, everybody up here ain't a boxer. Everybody up here ain't a karate guy. Some people just want to stretch. Some people just want to train. You know, some people just want to run. All of that. And so whatever you need to make a full life, bruh, whatever you need to make a full life. So you been on water and salads? Oh, man, that's what I'm talking about, bruh. Hey, look, I appreciate you, dog. Chi-Town. Chilling on my lunch break with you, coach. Hey, man, that's what I'm talking about. I hope you're having something good to eat, bruh. I hope you're having something good to eat. Do like I do. Eat something nice. Eat something healthy, but eat something that's going to make you full. Ryan Saunders, what up, dog? Hey, coach, man, got new football boots. But, man, when you get new boots, they hurt. Yeah, because you got to break them in. It's like got new sneakers, man. I just ordered some new Saucony Endorphin track sneakers, my distance running shoes. And they coming in, they'll be in like, I think they said Monday. Man, I can't wait to get them, but when you first get them, dog, you can't just put them on and go out there and run 10 miles. You got to run like 2-3 miles at a time. Come on back to the crib and see what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? So with that being the case, bruh, you know, hey, look, sometimes you got to break them Jones in. Break them in. You got time, break them in. Wear them old ones, them slip and slide Jones. Wear them old ones when you first start. You feel me? Hey, look. Hey, look, do what y'all supposed to do on your lunch break. You supposed to do something educational on your lunch break. That's why you supposed to get up here. You supposed to already have your questions together. Have your questions together. So when you get up here, we can just start rambling off. Let me see. Why is Ryan Garcia featured as a must fighter for champions? Simply because he can get beat. That's why. Because remember I tell y'all, the greatest promoter in the world, no matter who he is, has to find a fighter that looks like a fighter, that acts like a fighter, that trains like a fighter, but can't fight. That's the number one promoter in the world. If you can find those 4 things, act like a fighter, look like a fighter, train like a fighter, but can't fight, oh, you got somebody. Oh, you got somebody. You got somebody at the top of the food chain. You got somebody. And Ryan is that guy. He looked the part. He act the part. You know what I'm saying? He crazy enough to be the part. He got a whole social media survival kit of about 10 million people. So they keep using him. They put him in the fight against Barrios, even though they knew Barrios couldn't beat him, right? So they put him in there because they want him to win and take that belt. And then they're going to serve him out to somebody else. Now, if you look at the latest details on Ryan Garcia, he called out Shakur in the ring at the end of the fight. Now you know what he's saying? He's saying in order for him to fight Shakur got to come up to 147. He know Shakur ain't no 147 fighter. Shakur just made 140. Now he want to pull him up to 147. Why? So he can have an advantage. What are some tips for coming back to training, boxing, running? That's always the number one tip. That's the one that makes the most difference, running. Because if you go running, guess what? You got your cardio back. And when you got your cardio back, that's where the game starts at, when you get your cardio back. Get your cardio back, that run game. People don't want to run, though. They want to do everything but run. People ask me all the time, Coach, what can I do in place of running? Nothing. Road work is the most imperative thing that you need to be a great martial artist or boxer, period. Running, because you got to have cardio. Then when you're coming back to the game, don't be in a rush to get in the ring and start sparring with people thinking you can do the same thing you did when you climbed out of the ring. Start training. Learn all your rudiments, all your blocks, all your punches, all your bobbing and weaving and ducking and dodging. But run so that you can have the cardio to survive in a fight, no matter what the fight is. Because training, sometimes the training be something like a fight. Let me see. Always trying, man. Finna get in the park, in the rain. I become addicted to doing myself right. Hey, look, that what it do, man. I just came outside from the rain. It was pouring down raining when I stepped off the steps. Still had to go, though. Had on my rain hoodie, had on my wool jacket, had on my knit hat. Joan, I went out the door, bro. It's like that, man. Rain starts the ball game, bro. Rain starts the ball game. So I used to use a hair dryer to loosen them up. Then I ran a mile in them, and then I cleaned them because I ran in a bit mud and filled with tea towels to keep them expanded. That's the way. Okay, well, love, you know the game. Train them up, bruh. Hey, look, all I do is buy a new pair of shoes and I start running in them. I just run in them. I try to run like 1 or 2 miles. I don't try to run no more than that because you're going to beat them up. You're going to beat your feet up. Glass Jaw Garcia. Garcia going down again, man. It's just a matter of time. They got to feed him to somebody better, though. They're going to feed him to somebody and he going to lose. Right now, he going to pick and choose. And you saw the title, the belt, trying to strip the belt from Richardson Hitchens because they know he faked it out, man. Richardson Hitchens talked all that trash to Oscar Duarte and then ducked out on the fight. Chi-Town, can you look at Kid and see fighter traits in him, or do you wait to see their skill set? Can you look at, you mean can I just look at a person and see if he got the potential? Yeah, I can look at a person and see if he got the potential. It's written all over your face, man. Your eyes don't lie. I mean, anybody can be taught something, but sometimes you got guys that's just, they ain't got that killer. They ain't got that killer instinct, and they don't want to learn it. You can learn it, bro. But, you know, sometimes, man, you got a guy to shy away from everything. But my thing is, hey, if you bring him to the table, I can tell you what he made out of. I can look at a picture of a guy standing still and tell you what he made out of. I've been doing this too long. Garcia and the entire division are scared of Keyshawn Davis, the boogeyman. Keyshawn Davis is the boogeyman. Because Keyshawn Davis is a little cuckoo. You know what I'm saying? Keyshawn Davis can fight, but he a little cuckoo. You know what I'm saying? You don't know which Keyshawn you going to get. All I know is every time Keyshawn climbing that ring, he batting 1,000. Said Ryan needs to go up and wait. Yeah, he going to go up and wait and fight some bums. Ryan going to try to milk that title. He going to have that title for about 5 or 6 fights. Because he ain't going to fight nobody for about 5 or 6 fights. Every time it's going to be a real negotiation. Hey, look, I know what you're saying, Chi-Town. Yeah, I look at people all the time. I look at some people's footage online, some shadowboxing footage. I look at some of their bag work footage. I just listen to people talk. And so if you want to send me something, hey, look, this is what you do. Go to my Instagram page, Coach Carl 757. All one word, Coach Carl 757 on Instagram. Find me up there. Anything you want to show me, ask me, or tell me, that's where you're going to put it at. Because you can't always put it up here. Let's see. This me, shouty, is written all over your face. You don't have to say a word. Hey, look, you know the gig. You know the gig. Herb Gillespie, 4455. Richardson made both of the weights. Then quits. Hey, look. You know how it is, man. Hey, look, man, they say he ate something bad. I say he ate some butterflies. And butterflies flying around in his stomach, man. Richardson Hitchens talk a lot of trash all the time, man, but he don't really mean nothing. He don't want nothing, man. He don't want nothing. Say nobody wants that WBC belt. No, because that WBC belt charge you $100,000 plus every time you fight. Who wants to pay that fee every time? I don't want to pay the fee one time. Alex Foley said they thought you were soft because you were light skinned. Hey, look, color don't mean nothing. Hey, look, color don't mean nothing. Hey, look, you could be black as pitch black. You can be light as white. You know what I'm saying? You could be gray, in between. Bruh, if you can fight, you can fight. And bottom line. Bustin' Dustin, what's happening, homeboy? Did I work out today? Oh, man, look, you know the deal. I was busted. Busted, dusted. That's what I was. Busted and dusted. I was clapped up, trapped up. Bottom line, I put that work in, man, but I did a lot of stuff yesterday that caused my lower back to be sore today. But I don't miss no workouts though, dog. So lower back and all had to work out anyway. I just had to fight through it. I got this joint on my channel, right? I think I put it, let me see if I put it up here or not. Uh, I don't know. I can't remember what channel I put it on. I think I put it on the other channel for right now, but I'm gonna put it on this one too. Yeah, this joint right here. Check this out, yo. It's an ab roller push up, and then I'm rolling out. I did 10 of these. I saw it online, and I wanted to see if it was really complicated or if it just looked complicated. On a 1 to 10, I give it a 7. Okay, y'all. Hey, man. I saw somebody do that joint last night. They was using the ab roller, and they did a push-up, and then they rolled out, and then they rolled back in, did a push-up and roll out. I said I was going to do it today. Now, keep in mind, my back was sore, and I still did 10. You know what I'm saying? I just said, man, muster up, bro. Stop playing games. I tell myself all the time, Carl, stop playing. You got to talk to yourself, man. Carl, stop playing. I stopped playing. Hey, look, I've been sitting down since last week, busting dusting, because I told you, last Monday, I went from doing 200 squats a day, 50 squats with a 30-second break, and that was already killing me. Now I'm doing 300 a day. So, yeah. Then after I finish, I go running. I ran 4 miles in the rain today. It's raining right now, dog. It's a 100% chance of rain up to like 7 o'clock this afternoon. When I opened up that door, it was 2 o'clock. And I was like, yo, I still got to go. I don't care if it's raining. I went upstairs. I put the right hoodie on. I put on black. I got on black sweatpants right now. I had on a black shirt, black long john shirt with a black hoodie. And I put on my wool jacket. It's like a jacket that go over your head, chaps, zip up halfway. And I buttoned that knit hat on and went right out the door. 4 miles in the rain. I still ran 9 minutes a mile. I don't run fast in the rain, man, because you got to run in puddles. So I had to keep running in the grass around the puddles. Yeah, man. Alex Foley, what's a good workout? That VA hat, real hip. Hey, man, appreciate it. I know you putting that work in. I see them shorts. Hey, look, you know what the deal is. Every day, I record something every day. Sometimes I'm sitting down talking. Sometimes I'm outside walking. Sometimes I'm on the floor doing push-ups. Sometimes I'm doing pull-ups. I mean, I'm dropping them every day. But y'all know I record a lot. Even though I don't put everything out that I record. I probably have like, it's a private segment you can put your videos on when you log them on YouTube to get them off your phone. And so basically what I end up doing is I record so many videos. I got about 14, 15 videos on each one of my channel that's still in private. I ain't opened them up yet. Because you try not to put no more than 2 videos out a day. You say baseball with some youngsters. I say, hey, look, that's a good workout. Anything's a good workout. But I'm at the stage right now where if the workout don't kill me, I want to do it twice. What up, coach? When you hit the lottery short and 50 grams sugar tip helping me out for sure. Hey, look, that's what it is, man. I mean, I say 50 grams because that's on the tall side. But I do 30 grams of sugar per day. Minimum 30 grams. I mean, that's my maximum is 30 grams. So I try to stay around that level. But first thing you're going to do, man, I'm telling you, y'all think I'm joking? Cut your sugar down to 50 grams of sugar. Read everything you eat and don't eat nothing that has a whole lot of sugar in it. At the end of the day, if it adds up to 50 or more, tomorrow take something out that you ate and replace it with something else. Chicken, you can eat chicken breast, don't have no sugar. You can eat fish, don't have no sugar. You can eat any kind of seafood, don't have no sugar most of the time. You can eat vegetables. Sugar is like 1 to 2 grams of sugar. You can have protein bars. Some of them are down to 3, 4 grams of sugar. Protein shakes, some of them are down to 3, 4 grams of sugar, but just add up to 50 grams of sugar at the end of the day. I promise you something. You can get a reality check. You know what the check gonna be? You're gonna get hungry, and the only thing you're gonna taste in your mouth is that you want sugar. You're gonna feel like a crackhead coming off of sugar. Trust me when I tell you this. You're gonna feel like a crackhead coming off of sugar. That's when you know. That's when you know you're addicted to it. That's when you know it's time to cut it out. Sugar. Sugar, man. Sugar is an enemy, bro. I'm telling you. Y'all ain't gonna understand it. But if you give yourself 2 weeks on low sugar, you're gonna watch yourself start. Your skin go get cleaner. You know, you're gonna feel healthier. You're gonna wake up in the morning a lot faster. You ain't gonna have no fog when you first wake up. You're gonna remember everything like top dollar. You gonna start losing weight, and the weight's gonna start shrinking up, and you're gonna start getting in better shape all from the sugar, dog. And you know what the funny part about it is? I can tell you how to eat everything else. But when I tell you how to take the sugar out, you can't eat a whole lot of food anyway, because you can't eat no honey bun. Honey bun is sometimes 20 to 40 grams of sugar. A pack of Annihilators, one Annihilate is like 3 grams of sugar. I'm telling you, when you cut that sugar down to 50 or less, you're going to find you a new reality. You're going to find you a new reality. Freddie Stevenson, it says, how has praying transformed your life? Praying, man, is the answer, bro. You actually talking to God when you pray. You know what I'm saying? And God is answering your prayers by opening up doors in your life. That's how it changed your life. You ain't just praying to hear yourself talk echoing in the room. You praying to somebody. You know, you just got to pray to God. When you pray to God, man, God is listening. And whether you see the results today or tomorrow, the results are coming. But you got to believe. You got to believe. Just like when you're trying to open up a business, you got to believe that your business is going to be successful when you make an attempt to open it up. Otherwise, you're not going to open it up. You're just going to waste your money. So when you get down on your knees, your hands and knees and pray, you got to believe that the answer's coming. I had a guy one time said he prayed all day and he didn't see the answer. And I said, well, what happened that day? He said it started raining in the sunlight. I said, okay. He said, and I kept saying, God, answer my prayers if you can. He said, then it started thundering. He said, then all of a sudden the lights went out in the house. Bruh, your prayers was being answered. We weren't listening for the answer. You got to listen for the answer, bruh. What up, coach? All right, I got you. Herb Life. All I do is a brawls and overhead press. I'm in better shape than most 45. What is a brawls? Did you spell that right? I know what overhead press is, but I don't know what ABROLLS is. Keep a soldier on deck, man. You know, let's be shouty. You know how we do. Lazy sausage. I eat 2 tacos a day and can't lose nothing. Depends on what's in the tacos, bruh. It depends on how hard you're working out. You can't just not eat and think you're going to lose. I say you drink too much sweet tea, but that's your problem right there. Cut the sweet tea out, man. You look at the label and see how much sugar's in a glass of sweet tea. And then you'll find out what your problem is. And you can't eat too far under the radar. You can't eat like 100 grams of 100 calories and think you're going to lose weight. You're going to starve yourself that way. That ain't losing weight. You know, your body will feed off itself if you ain't eating enough. Yes, the headaches, no joke. But I do have more energy, though. Yeah, the headaches come because your body is getting rid of that sugar. That's all it is. It takes 30 days to create a habit. So until you done it for 30 plus days, you ain't gonna you gonna have to keep fighting, bro. And don't give in one time, because then your body gonna keep telling yourself that every time it gets tough, you're gonna give in again. Please don't realize how good, or people don't realize how good they have it until they look without sugar. Look, I'm trying to tell you, sugar is like drugs, bro. It's like you gonna feel like a crackhead coming off that sugar. I'm trying to tell you, you're gonna feel like a crackhead coming off of that sugar. German 6825, hello friend. A big hug from Argentina. We've had great boxing champions like the great Monzon, the unbeatable champion. Oh man, I hear you, bro. Everybody got champions. I don't care where you from. I just care where you at. You know what I'm saying? Hey, look, bottom line, like my man says, not where you from, it's where you at. What's up, coach? Everything was good today till I saw a honey bun in the pantry. I slipped and got caught with it. Oh well, 20 minutes of jump rope. Hey, no, you're going to need to go for a run. 20 minutes of jump rope is good, but that run going to make it's going to hurt more. You want to give yourself a punishment. I used to buy my son honey buns when he was still in the gym and top training. But I tell him this. He said, man, you think I can get a cinnamon bun a day? I said, of course you can. It's going to cost you 2 miles, though. He said, okay, you ain't saying nothing but a word. He came home from class, came in the house, put his stuff down, and ran 2 miles. Had a little app jump, tell me 2 miles. Come back home from the 2-mile run, and then eat the honey bun. You got to pay for that honey bun. That's what I tell him. You got to pay for it. I had to turn my water off, y'all. I'm boiling me some water. That's all the water I got left, a half a gallon. Then I got to make some for tomorrow. This me, shouty. You know it's finna get fire. Sonny. Hey, look, yeah, in a minute. Ab roller. Hey, look, man. Hey, look, that ab roller herb is on fire. I don't like to mess with the ab roller too much because one time I was maxing it out. I was doing like 100 rolls at one time. Then I started doing 20 and 30 rolls with a 20-pound vest on. And then after a while, you just get tired of it because you pretty much mastered it. So now what I did, when I saw the dude doing the push-ups in the ab roller, I decided to do that. I also do the ab roller outside where I put my feet on the curve and push myself all the way out till my nose touch the ground. That's pretty tough. So your born day soon, this me, shorty. What day that, bruh? What day that is, man? Man, I love that honey bun story with your boy. Hey, look, man, you got to earn that honey bun, bruh. You don't just get this honey bun. I don't care if you just came from class. You wanted the class was to get you where you at right now, and now you want to eat a honey bun. Okay, you want to eat a honey bun? Just give me 2 miles. You know what I'm saying? That's he was like, yo, bet, I'm out. He got put his shoes on, I'm out. I'll be back in a few. 16, 17 minutes later, he back at the crib. He got that honey bun. He eat it, come back in the house and eat it. Yeah, man, I boil my water before I drink it. I don't drink no spigot water. I don't know what's in that spigot water. You know these counties and cities be tripping, man. Be showing y'all, be giving you dirty water in your crib, dog, and you don't even know it. This is a nice townhouse, man, but I don't trust it. I boil my water. I boil my water for like 20 minutes on the stove. When it gets a little cooler, I put it in the bottle, and then I put it in the refrigerator and let it get a little cold, cool it off a little bit, and then I pull it out tonight before I go to bed, like 10 o'clock. 10, 11 o'clock, I pull it out and just leave it sitting on the counter. And then I'll start on it tomorrow morning. 4-5. Man, your birthday, 4-5. My daughter's birthday, 4-7, dog. Hey, man, that's what's up. How you going to be this, me? Shouty, how you going to be, bro? How you going to be? Y'all, man, say trust no one. Do I drink bottled water? No, I don't buy it from the store. I just make, man, I've been making my own water for like 3 years, bro. It don't cost nothing to get that pot out the bottom of that cabinet and put it on the stove, let it boil for 20 minutes and then pour it into my junk. It don't cost nothing to do that. It's free. Andrew Harper, 10-14-97, baby. Last of the 90s. All right, bro. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, 46, y'all. 46 is money, boy. That's the year I started getting in shape. At 46, man, I was out of shape from 41 to 46. I wasn't out of shape, but I wasn't in the kind of shape I'm in now. From 41 to 46. At 46, it was August the 12th, 2013. I was 46. My birthday's in November, and I started training. By my birthday, I had lost 60 pounds. Lost 60 pounds in 60 days. I went ham. Bro, I just wanted to get it off of me, bro. I felt like it was foreign, bro. Like I'm supposed to be here. Hey, look, man. Did y'all happen to see the video, man, of my foot? That's a funny video. Might not be funny to somebody, but it was funny to me. Did y'all happen to see the video of my foot when I kicked this metal stand with my foot? Hey, look, you said, what was I doing the years that I was out of shape? I was training everybody else. From 41 to 46, well, 40, somewhere around 40 years old to 46, I had a boxing gym. And during the time, my boxing gym grew too fast. When I first started training people, I was probably maybe 38, 39. But when I opened up my gym, I was 40. And I had 12 students when I started training people. I went from 12 students to 60 students in 60 days. Then I went somewhere in like 6 months, I was at 100. By the first year my gym was open, I had 131 students. Now, the problem with that is it was only me, both of my sons, and my young homie that might as well be like my third son. They are now 33, 32, and 31. So the other guy was in the middle of both of my sons. Now, all of them dudes was top level fighters, and I made them teach. That's how they got to come to class for free. And my sons, they knew what the deal was. They helped me open up the gym. So that was our dedication to the gym, was to teach. The problem with that is you teaching 131 students. And when you teaching 131 students, you ain't got time to train. I trained them on their off time of teaching. We trained in the morning, and then I trained them in the same class with the elite level fighters, the guys that were actually in competitions. Then at night, I trained them again with like pad work and stuff like that. But I'm training them. I'm not working out myself. You see what I'm saying? So from 41 to 46, I ain't realized it. I thought I was doing enough pad work, moving around the room, doing demonstrations on the heavy bag. I'm think I'm doing good. And then one day I looked up and it caught up with me. Then I won't in the kind of shape I'm in now. I realized I hadn't ran in a while. I realized I hadn't really done no push-ups or no real work in a while. And at 46, man, the day before my anniversary, August the 12th, my anniversary is August the 13th. August the 12th, I came home from work, closed the gym, came home. I had the next day off. I was gonna take my wife out. I was looking for something to put on. And I went and looked in the closet, and everything I had was too small. Everything. Pants was double buckling, and couldn't get them closed. I was like, yo, I ain't know what was going on. So basically, I had to go out and buy a new shirt and a new pair of pants that night so I could take my wife out the next day. Now, the next day, I decided I threw everything away. I didn't drink nothing that on the anniversary date. I ain't drink nothing. I ain't eat nothing out of the way. None of that. And that's when I started. I came home, started training. That was it. Me and her came home from eating out, and when we kind of went to bed and everything, I got up in the middle of the night. I started doing push-ups. I was like, yo, I don't know how this got here, but I can't keep it. And that's how I was. I don't know how I got here, but I can't keep it. And then 60 days later, I was a new man. Hey, look, time 188, you 100% correct. People don't want to know, man, that health is wealth, bro. They out here trying to make money. I tell people all the time, everybody want to make money, but don't nobody want to exercise. Don't nobody want to eat right. They just want to make money. So at the end of the day, what's going to happen when you have nothing but money and no health? Because it's going to happen. So a whole lot of people laying in the bed at the hospital right now, and they be like, man, I wish I could go back. You can't go backwards, though, bro. Coach Motivation. Every time I see Calvin Ford, he reminds me of you, and I know you know who that is. Oh, I know who he is, man. I met him a long time ago. Met Barry too from Headbangers. Yeah, I know who Calvin Ford is. Sharp dude. I feel like money and health go hand in hand depending on how you live your life. You got to have 50-50 with life. You know, people always ask me what I do for a living. And why? I just want to know, can somebody tell me why that's important? If I'm up here talking about life, talking about health, talking about training, what does it matter what I do for a living? I just want to know. So you answer that question for me, James Blutter, and then I'm gonna tell you what I do for a living. I just want to know because a lot of people get up here and ask me that same question. What do I do for a living? Yeah, I feel like money and health go hand in hand, but I feel like people forgot that it's a 50-50, and they started pushing it out to 75-25. Oh, you want to know how I make money and balance training full time? Well, first of all, you know I'm 58 years old. And if you know I'm 58 years old, I'll be 59 this year. I can't be chasing no money at this point in my life. Because if I was, I mean, when am I gonna retire? When am I ever had time to retire? If I'm 50, I'm gonna be 59 in November. I had to have spent 58 years doing something. You know what I'm saying? But what I did, bro, bottom line is I've been a barber. I was a barber from my 15 years old until I was 18. 18, I went to a shop. 23, I opened up my first shop. I had 4 barber shops from 1992 until 2020. So, and I owned a building. And you kind of add all that up, and you know, if you know anything about barbering, you know what kind of money they make. And I locked it in. And basically, with the money I made, I bought stuff to invest in stuff so that I wouldn't have to work the same way when I turned 58, 59, 60 years old. Then I've been a boxing coach for 20 years and martial art instructor for 20 years. So, you know, I had to make something. You see what I'm saying? My whole life is about balance. It ain't about how much money I could spend. It was about how much I could save. Now, if you follow me on here, you know I got a coin collection. My coin collection is about $150,000, something like that. Then I got stocks and investments. I do a little bit of everything. That's how I can sit online all day. That's how I could train for 3.5 hours every single day, 7 days a week. I pick you know, they say you make your own life. I made my life. And that's why I'm up here now trying to teach other people. You don't have to chase the money. Chase the money when you can, but if you don't learn how to do right with the money, then at some point in your life, you're gonna have no money and you still gonna be working the same way you were working when you were chasing the money. So I was one of the smart ones, bro. I never been to jail, never been convicted of a crime, never did none of that. But I was smart enough to know that I couldn't work forever. I knew that my clients were gonna be the same age as me. Some of them guys I was cutting when I was 20 was 40. And now that I'm 50, they 70. They don't live forever. And I ain't just want that circle to keep going around. So I found another way. Now I've been online. I've been online for, 2 years? And I got over 50,000 subscribers, but I got 7 channels. So I figured out the game, bro. I got 7 different channels. Then I'm on Instagram. I'm on TikTok. I'm on Twitch. I'm on X. I'm on Hulu. Not Hulu. What did I say? Hulu. Facebook. Yeah. So pretty much every day, man, I'm running like 12 channels. So hope that helped. I just wanted to know why people always ask me that question. Let me see. If you are a father, your job is never done, then it becomes about you. You put your job as always your family. Yeah, I'm a father. I got 3 kids. But my kids are gone and grown. See, the thing what you do when you're a father, you teach your kids how to make it on their own. Like I tell people all the time, you can fish for them and they'll eat for the day. Or you can teach them how to fish and they'll eat for a lifetime. I taught my kids how to fish. I got one son that's 33 in the military in the Army. I got one son that's 31 that works for the United States government as an intelligence specialist. The same thing he did when he was in the Navy. And then I got a daughter that works for a mortgage company. All of them, 2 of them live in Maryland and 1 of them is in Germany. Without your health, how do you get the wealth if you're not? Well, see, the whole thing is you are healthy at some point. And people don't understand that life don't stay the same. See, I got a lot of friends, man, that made a lot of money when they were super healthy, but because people don't understand life, this is a long story, so I'm not gonna make it a long story. But have you ever noticed that when people get a bonus at work or find some money or hit the lottery, first thing they do is go to the ABC store? Or first thing they do is buy a bag of weed? And look, that's how twisted our world is. Nobody ever thinks take that extra money and go, do something fun with the wife or fun with the girlfriend or go buy yourself a new pair of sneakers or go get yourself a new bike or something like that. They go to the ABC store and to the weed man. You know what I'm saying? So with that being the case, bro, you ain't gonna be healthy. You can't be healthy because you're doing a lot of things that is unhealthy. People don't join gyms, but they will join clubs. They will go to a club and hang out with some homeboys and dance and party and get drunk and fall out. They'll do that, but they won't go to a gym. They'll complain about Planet Fitness not being the place to go to, but they'll sign up for other things. It don't make much sense. A lot of people don't even have an extracurricular activity. They gave all their extracurricular time to the job. You control your life. Your job don't control your life. You control your life. But I tell my kids, don't ever be handcuffed to the job. What that means is I had friends that when I was growing up, they made $30,000 a year, right? They lived in $30,000. Then they got $40,000. They made an extra 10. You know what they did? They traded in their car for a newer car, traded in the house for another house, traded in their bracelets and their rings for new bracelets and new rings. Now they living up to 40,000. Then they get another 10,000. They living up to 50,000. When are you gonna stop living up to the amount of money you make? That's why they call it being handcuffed to the job, because now you can never quit the job. If you don't do things right, bruh, what they say, everything that happens in the dark will show in the light sooner or later. And that's what happens to a lot of people. So that's where you lose your health at. You don't know you don't know your health is gonna go bad until it go bad. But if you're not doing something right before your health goes bad, what you think you're gonna get caught with? Your pants down. You can get caught with your pants down. That's where the old statement came, you get caught with your pants down. That's where it come from. You're getting caught with your pants down. I knew a lot of guys that worked and kept saying, give me 3 more years. They was already 70. Give me 3 more years and I'm gonna retire. You're gonna retire with enough time to die because you spent your whole life working. It don't make sense, bro. You got to figure it out. I'm 58 years old. I figured it out last year. What's your thoughts on Trump in the island? I don't have thoughts on Trump at all, bro. I try to bypass politician questions because my mama used to always say, if you ain't got nothing good to say, don't say nothing at all. So with that being the case, I'm going to the next one. So long story short, you did right with money. Long story short, that's to make a long story short. And I taught it to my kids. That's why if my daughter can call my son and get a G, my son can call my daughter and get a G. But in order to get a G, they got to have a G. You know, I tell a story all the time on here about how my daughter, the IRS misdid her tax information about 3 years ago. They thought that she was self-employed, but she was employed by somebody. So that at the end of the year, they said she owed money. She thought it was a joke. So about 4 months later, they went into her bank account and they took out $8,000. They said that she owed her. Well, my youngest son, my daughter's 27. My next son is 31 and then 33. The guy that's 31, my son is 31. He's smart with that. So what he did, he said, I'm gonna come over your house, I'm gonna look at your taxes. He looked at him, found out what the problem was. He called his tax attorney. They found out what the problem was. They hit the IRS up and the IRS had to give her money back. They gave her money back, the tax return that she didn't get that year, and interest on the money that they took from her, and a letter of apology. Now, the funny part about this story is what? I just told you they went into her bank account and took out $8,000. She was 25. Get it? That's the moral of the story. She had 8,000 for them to come get. You feel what I'm saying? So, with that being the case, look, that's how you raise your kids. You raise your kids so they can be successful on their own and don't need me to be successful. I can call my kids up and be like, send me 5 G's. They be like, how you want it? Cash App, Apple Pay, a check, or cash? How you want it? Look, that's how I go. That's what you want to raise your kids to be able to do. Good afternoon from 9th Street Boxing Gym in Phoenix, Arizona. Man, what it do, player? I'm Body Day, baby. Let's get it. Coach, what's up? Long time no. Guy Rogers, what up, dog? Hey, man, I knew I hadn't seen you up here in a minute. Hey, look, and just think. I went for that run today, man. And before I went, I knew I was going to be tired when I came home. I almost didn't want to go. I ain't lying, bro. I wanted to go for the run. But I said when I came home, I was just going to take a shower and sit down. And then I said, nah, because I'm going to come up here today. God going to bless me with some people that need to hear me and that I need to hear. It's a two-way story, bro. I don't just come up here to motivate y'all. I let y'all motivate me. We are here for a reason. You might be here to meet me. I might be here to meet you. But for some reason, God brought us together. And look, that's how it's going right now. Let me see. Coach motivation. Let me see. I understand what you're saying, especially when you're from the 80s, when pops, excuse me, when fathers was around. There's nothing like fishing with your dad. I'm working on cars. That's what I'm talking about. Man, I ain't from the 80s, dog. I was born in the 60s. In the 80s, I was coming out of high school. I came out of high school in 86. But I know what you're saying, though. What do you think of the boxer Abdullah Mason? I think he good. I just think he young. And I think if you let people, they'll misguide you. They'll misguide you quick. What'll happen when I say misguide you? They'll have you fight somebody that they know you can't beat just to watch you lose. That's people. That's people, dog. That's like your boy telling you to go over there and pick up this money from this guy for him and then call the police on you. That's what that is. It's a setup. You feel me? They'll set you up, bro. They'll set you up. Abdullah Mason ain't ready to fight nobody for real, for real. I watched him in Norfolk get dropped twice in one time each round at the early part of the fight by a guy that had no skills. And the only reason he was able to come back and beat the guy because the guy hurt his leg. He hurt his leg. When he was swinging at him, he misstepped and I think he either hurt his ankle or his knee, but he was limping. In the next round, he was coming on to the guy, but the guy couldn't do nothing. He was just trying to hold. He was limping around the ring, sort of like when Javante fought Yorokas Gamboa. Yorokas Gamboa tore his Achilles heel fighting Javante. And why Javante sped up the process, get rid of him before they give him a medical and stop the fight. I never liked going in the run, but I'm feeling after is oh yeah, I feel you. Say you never like going for the run, but the after feeling, hey look, man, there's a lot of stuff we don't like doing. But the after feeling, you realize what you're doing, what you're dealing with. Yep, you understand what you're dealing with. Look, I don't feel like going for the run a lot of times, but I trained and tricked myself at the same time. Y'all know I buy my groceries per day. I don't buy groceries for the week. I buy my groceries per day. I keep a $20 bill in my bag, and I buy what I'm gonna eat per day. So basically, spending the same thing most people spend about $120, $130 a week in groceries. Now, the reason I buy them per day is because the store is a half mile from my house. I take the long way to get to the store, so that's a 2 mile route, a 3 mile route, or a 5 mile route. All my routes end in the store parking lot. Then I stop the clock, I go into the store, I buy my groceries, and the grocery store is only 0.65 of a mile back to the crib, right? And you know why I do that? Because it forces me to run every day. Even if I took the short way and just went to the store and back home, that's still 1.3 miles. It makes me run. So with that, I use that strategy. That's how it made me do it. So I started off walking and I started off jogging. Now I can run, jog, walk, sprint, whatever I'm gonna do, but I'm gonna do it. Every single day I leave out of this house, 7 days a week, I say to myself, now I've been running in the snow, I run in the rain, I run in the thunderstorms, I ran one morning, Sunday morning was 5 degrees outside. Yeah, it is what it is. I got the clothes. They said, listen, there's no such thing as a bad run. It's just the bad clothing. Right? Clothing, you can run anywhere. I got everything it takes to get down the street. But the reality is simple. If I don't have food in the house, like I didn't have no food in the house, none for me. I'm 100% raw vegan, so I can't eat what my wife eat. And my wife ain't the same as me. Hey, look, we don't eat the same. And I ain't got nothing against how she eats. She eat how she eat for her body. I eat for my body, right? So with that being the case, I have vegetables, salads, cashews, peanuts, sunflower seeds, apple, orange, banana, grapes, cantaloupe, watermelon, and vegetables. That's it. It's plain and simple. So I get down. I drink plant-based protein, and that's it. That's my whole menu. So the only thing that's ever in my house in the morning is plant-based protein and water. So if I want to survive on plant-based protein and water, you know how many days I've said I don't feel like running, my leg hurt, or whatever the case may be? That means I ain't going to the store, right? Well, that means today I'm going all liquid. It's a price to pay. I pay the price. Either I'll pay the price or I go run into the store, limping and all. So a couple of days I said I ain't eating today. That's how I decided. I do 50-hour fast, 60-hour fast. It don't matter. I mean, I got that kind of discipline where I like myself to be hurt sometimes because hurt is pain and pain is reality. Pain let me know that I'm alive. You know what I'm saying? That's what that do. Let me see. I used to hate running long distance, but it truly helped me every day. Yeah. Hey, man, I watched more pounds fall off when I was running long distance than anything else. Coach, running is, the beach is my favorite. Calves look good. Hey, look, I like running on the beach too, but the beach is kind of a ways from here, and I ain't going to get there but one way. I walk, bike, or run everywhere I go. And look, there's another thing I did. In 2024, I sold my car. I always have classic cars, old Mustangs, Dodge Charger, I had 1972 Dodge Charger, 1977 El Camino, 1967 Impala. I always had those kind of cars. My last car was a 1996 Thunderbird Supercharged V8. I sold it in 2024. And the guy asked me when he bought it, he said, what you gonna buy now? I said, nothing. He said, well, how you gonna get around? I said, I walk, bike, or run everywhere. I had been doing it since 2020. So in 2024, I had only put 500 miles on my car in 4 years. And he was like, yo, dude, I want to buy that car. I said, you can get it. Make me an offer. He said, 3,500. I said, cool. He said, you don't want no more than that? I said, nope, not today. Not today. You got me on a good day, bro, because I wanted to get rid of it. I just got tired of, it was like I was maintaining. I was keeping it clean. I was putting gas and gas treatment in it. I had it tuned up. I had to put air in the tires. I had to keep washing it because the lawn care people, getting all that dirt out of the way and spraying with the hoses and the air guns and all that dirt all in the rims and everything. I was like, man, you know what? I had to wash the car once a week, even though I ain't driving. They say you love the fast, you never feel more mentally sharp. Hey, I love it too, bro. I love it because it's hard. Hey, look, did y'all ain't never answered me, man. Did y'all see my video yesterday I put online about my toe? Man, I kicked the daggone stand. Not the boxing stand. I kicked the I kicked the stand. I got a pull-up stand, a power tower, and my bag sits in the corner. I'm supposed to pull the bag out to the center of the floor when I start working on the bag. But at night, sometimes I don't feel like pulling it out. So I went through a stretching routine, and I came over here and I was working on my axe kick. I was using the left foot so I wouldn't hit nothing. Then I used the right foot, and I did it the first time and got it perfect. And I said, I'm gonna record it. So I did it once, perfect. Did it second time, and as I was going around, your foot goes up like this and then come down. When it was going up over here, it kicked the stand, the pull-up stand. I got the little arm things for you to do dips. I kicked under the joint. Hard. Whole toe was blue, dog. Whole toe was blue. Hey, look. Hold up. Make sure I got everybody. So your pops had that Impala, 67. I had a 67, a 69, and a 72. I loved them all, bro. 327 in my 67, 350 in my 69. Yeah, 350 and a 350 in my 72. You said don't blame us, the lawn care guys, laugh out loud. Hey, look, man, I live in a townhouse complex, and it's real neat out here. But a lot of in the front, it ain't no whole lot of grass around your townhouse, but it's a lot of dirt. And I live in a place called Fox Hill, which is a neighborhood, got a lot of trees, because this used to be like the woods, so to speak, and they built townhouses. Well, under the trees ain't a whole lot of grass, so it's a whole lot of dirt. So when they blowing off the pine cones and all that, and they shooting them in the parking lot to get them in one big pile, dirt be all in the air. Everybody's car be dirty. But most people be at work during the daytime. Since I'm at home doing all my work from at the crib, come outside, I got a white 96 Thunderbird with polished aluminum rims on it. Dude, my car be dirty. And then they say, I said, dude, you gonna blow my car off? Yeah, we gonna get the blower guy's coming around in a few minutes. Time the blower guy come around and he started blowing the joint off. Man, it be dirt stuck in the trunk, going through the little crevices and I'm like, yo. So I went to the apartment, the people at the townhouse community, and they gave me a voucher to get my car washed. And so I was like, yo, but it happens like once every 2 or 3 weeks. Grass in the rims, because they're trying to get it all, but them guys ain't really focused on cleaning my car. They focused on cleaning the parking lot. But I ain't blaming them, but look, I got a car sitting at the house all day. I didn't have that problem until 2020, because at 2020, when I got rid of my last barbershop, I got rid of it during COVID. And so after that, I was like, you know what? I get to come home, but then my car gonna be sitting outside all day. So I kept saying I was gonna get rid of it. And then one day I drove it to the store to put some air in the tire. I put the little gas treatment in it because the car set more and I drove it. And I got it filled up and everything. And I was driving around the neighborhood for about 30 minutes, like twice a week. When I was at the gas pump, the guy says, man, that joint is banging. He said, what year is it? I said, it's a 96. It had 130,000 miles on a 1996. He said, yo, man, let me get that joint, man. I said, yo, you make me an offer. He said, man, I seen one just like it. The guy wanted like 38 for it. He said, man, I'll give you 35 for it. I said, when you want it? He said, for real? I said, when you want it? He said, I come and get it today. I said, yeah, you come and get it today. I said, you can take the plates. The plates that were on the car were antique tags. I said, you can keep the plates on it. Just bring them back to my house and put them in the mailbox. He was like, bet. He came to my house about 2 hours later, bought the car, drove off with it. I told him I'm going to give him 2 days. Then I'm going to cancel the insurance on the jump. So you got to get it insured and go to DMV and get your own plates. And about maybe a week later, plates was in the mailbox. Yo, coach, what you think about wrestling, especially mixed with boxing? I used to be a wrestler. I like wrestling. I mean, I spent a lot of time wrestling. When I was in high school, I learned a lot of moves, man. My favorite was the banana split. Man, hey, look, man, I like wrestling. Wrestling is good, but, it is what it is. That's why they call it mixed martial art, because it's no set formation. It doesn't matter what you learn. Some people are just street fighters, and they learn how to kick, or they learn how to prevent the kick. And so different people learn different things. But hey man, I tell people, learn as much as you can if you're trying to be an MMA, because you never know what the other guy know. A lot of people get into MMA knowing jujitsu, you know what I'm saying? And then they learn jujitsu and they learn how to mix it with something else, you know, and pretty much that's how it go. Jiu-jitsu is an awesome art because it's sort of like wrestling, only it focuses on the arm bar and stuff like that. So they start here for Biblical Truth, Pastor Geno Jennings. What's good with y'all, man? I've been up here an hour. I got to get off here in a few, man. My back is tight. I got to go upstairs and put some icy hot on my back, man. Let that junk cool off a little bit. I told y'all, man, I did some exercises yesterday that I relied on my back to do the exercises. And then I went to sleep last night and woke up in the middle of the night and my back was stiff. But, hey, look, it didn't stop the workout today because the workout today consisted of deadlifts. Still did them. You know what I'm saying? But now that I'm sitting and forcing myself to have to hold myself up, that's why your back gets sore. Because I don't have my back leaning on nothing. But it's all good though. Yeah, look, I like a little pain. A little pain let me know I'm alive. Let me know I ain't dead. Anybody got an ab roller? I stole this routine from an ab roller guy.
Okay, y'all. What y'all about to see me do right now is an ab roller push-up, and then I'm rolling out. I did 10 of these. I saw it online, and I wanted to see if it was really complicated or if it just looked complicated.
Hey, there it is. I tell people, man, I give it a 7. I give it a 7 out of 10. It's pretty tough. The part, you know, just the rollout. The push-ups not that bad because I could do diamonds and all that. Push-ups don't really hurt me. But that ab roll, man, then my back was a little sore. So yeah, I still did it because I was going to. I won't about to play no games, bro. I went on and did it anyway. I'm gonna put that video on my channel. That video is on my other channel, but I'm gonna put it on this channel. I already got it on my phone. Well, I thought I had it up here. Maybe I don't. I thought it was up here. I thought it was already on my channel. I still got it though. I'm getting loaded up there now. Yes, sir. About to load it up here now as we speak. I'm just putting my location in the jump. Hashtag it. Let's see. Coach, you always very present to answer many questions. Really appreciate that, man. Hey, look, I'm trying to be the best I can. Well, that's what I'm doing, bro. Hey, look, a lot of people got questions, man. They ain't got nobody else to ask them to. So I just happen to be the one you could ask it to. Hey, look, I don't mind answering. I tell people, it's a lot of people that be on my channel, but everybody don't ask questions. So what you think the other people are doing? They collecting the answers that I answered somebody else's question. So that's why I said, make sure when y'all get up here, y'all have y'all questions in mind so that y'all can ask them. It don't make a difference to me what the question is. It could be about life. It could be about health. It could be about dieting. It could be about training, calisthenics, weight training. It could be about running, biking, walking. Anything that I do in my life, I'm willing to talk about it. Anything I do. Some of the hardest exercises in the world. Somebody asked me the other day why I don't like burpees. I said because I do other exercises that make burpees easy for me. And I don't like doing nothing that I got to do 100 of. And I did 100 burpees one day and I wasn't even tired. So it was one of them deals where I don't like doing nothing that many of anything. So with that being the case, I don't do them. I just do the other exercises I did to make them easy. But hey, look, I tell people I train for real. I ain't one of them guys that be talking about training. You know, I'm one of them guys that actually train for real. Right now, while I'm talking to y'all, I'm hashtagging this video. Is you got to hashtag a video so that it'll go out to more people other than just a small circle. So I'm hashtagging it right now. I just finished hashtagging it, and now I'm uploading it. And once it finishes uploading, I'm gonna go ahead and post it. It was just a video of me doing the ab roller push-ups. I just gotta make sure I named it the right thing, because I put it on my other channel and I want to make sure they got the same name. Ain't nothing worse than having the same video out on 2 different channels, but they got different names. Oh man. Sometimes it don't take me through something. Right now it's trying to take me through something. Mark Tavius, what's good with you, dog? What's happening? Hey man, what y'all got going on today? Y'all been working out? Everybody up here, y'all done spend some time working out? Gotta spend some time in the gridiron. That's why it's sitting there. That's why these gyms be sitting there, trying to get people to come in. Somebody asked me the other day what I thought about Planet Fitness. I said they got weights in there. He said, yeah. I said, then what is there to think about? They said, but they don't, I heard they don't, look, it ain't got to do with nobody else. It's got something to do with whether they got weights in there and whether you go in there. That's the only thing it's got something to do with. All that other drama, save it for your mama. All that other drama, save it for your mama. As long as they got weights up in there and you can go in there and work out. That's the only thing that matters. They got weights and you can work out. Man, my phone say 20%. Hey, look, I ain't gonna, when they say 10% this time, I'm gonna get off. Last couple of times they've been saying 10% and I kept talking and the phone cut off on me in the middle of my conversation. Hey, look, man, but I respect y'all, bruh. I respect each and every one of y'all. Y'all got on my channel. Y'all helped me build up my business. Y'all helped me reach people, because that's what it's about. It's about who I can reach. I can have the best messages in the world. It don't matter if nobody hear them. You know what I'm saying? So you got to get out to where people can hear you. So I tell y'all, if y'all got a channel that y'all talking about something, y'all trying to show something, y'all trying to be about something, let your boy know. Yeah. So what's good with y'all, man? I appreciate y'all hitting the like button too. Look, most of the time I'll be up here hollering about something. Let's get the likes up. Let's get the likes up. Yes, sir. I got people texting me now for other reasons. People be texting me for diet plans. They be texting me to tell me how they plan is going. You know, the whole nine. And I be hitting them up. I reply back to anybody that hit me up. Any kind of way y'all hit me up. I got guys sending me videos to my Instagram page. And they hit me on Instagram and they be asking me, can I watch a video? And I say, yes, sir. They send me a video and they tell me to critique it, tell them what I think they're doing right, you know, what I think they're doing wrong. I always start off with what they're doing right. That's the biggest thing that people don't seem to do. I ain't here to criticize you, bro. You know what I'm saying? I ain't here to criticize people. My thing is, I show you what you're doing right, and then I'll show you what you're doing wrong. My goal is to make you stronger. I ain't trying to break you down. I'm trying to pick you up. But I appreciate y'all being up here though. 100. Hey, look, it's getting close. I got like an hour before I can eat. I know I already boiled my water for the day. So, well, it ain't for the day, but it's for tomorrow. Right now, I got a half a gallon of water left. I'm gonna knock that out between now and when I eat my dinner. Whew. I can feel my back, man. Back getting tight. It's only getting tight because I'm sitting straight up. See, if I was laid back or had the seat up, but it's all good. It's part of the game. It lets you know pain, lets you know you're alive. Look, you can pinch yourself, be like, yeah, I'm still here. That pain lets you know you're still here. I thought I heard it was some boxing matches coming on this week. Man, I'm on the wrong phone. That's the phone. The phone I'm talking to y'all on right now is the phone that's got the screenshot on it. It was the Zone had some boxing matches coming on. I remember that much. Yep. Hey, look, y'all remember when Ryan Garcia just beat Mario Barrios, and in the ring he got to hollering he wanted to fight Shakur Stevenson. Now the commentator asked him about fighting Shakur Stevenson. You know what he said? He got to come up to 147. Dude, you just won the title at 140. Shakur just fought at 140. Now he trying to get somebody to come up to 147. He knows Shakur ain't no 147 fighter, even though Shakur would still beat him. But what be the point of coming up to 147? Shakur is not 147. That's not a good weight class for him to parlay around in. I know what it was. Emmanuel Navarrete and Eduardo Nunez. They fight on the 28th on the Zone out of Glendale, Arizona. That's going to be a hammer match right there. Them boys going to be going hammer for hammer, bruh. Hammer for hammer. And don't forget you got your boy Emiliano Vargas. He fighting on that same undercard. That Emiliano Vargas is a bad boy. He a bad boy. He about the best Vargas I seen out there. So that's going to be a pretty good fight right there. Man, there'll be a lot of small fights. Carmel Moulton fight in New York on Amazon Prime. Y'all been watching Carmel Moulton, even though I don't know who Wilfredo Flores is. Carmel Moulton be fighting some no-name fighters. He going to be fighting them for a while. All the fighters with names, he don't want them. He keep taking these no-name fighters. Ain't no big fights coming up. I mean, depending on how you look at it, March the 14th, Kenneth Sims Jr. fighting Arnold Barboza. Yeah, that's be a good fight. But Kenneth Sims Jr. been losing just as much as he been winning. And he's a solid fighter. He just think I don't know if he's still in the game mentally. I watched him fight. He fought my youngest son in a tournament in Ohio. And he was good back then. He had way more. My youngest son had 6 fights. And he fought him. But we had to declare my youngest son open so he could fight in that tournament. It was a good fight, but you knew who had the most experience. The dude had 100 fights. But still, we went to work. But that Sebastian Fundora and Keith Thurman fight coming up. Why these fights only got one name fighter? One name fighter. Like it's one good match and then a bunch of people that you don't know who they are. Y'all got to put these cards together better, man. Even that Deontay Wilder, Derek Chisora fight only got one fight. And then I don't know the other guys. Man, we got to do better. That's why they pull out that new fighting arena joint. Duffy or Cuffy or whatever the name of it is. But that joint right there going to have some fights on there. They're going to have a lot of no-name fighters, but they're going to be scrappers, though. Spence going down. Spence, I don't know if Spence still got it, bro. I don't know if he still got it, Mickey Lloyd. Spence been out of the game too long. And the reason he been out is because he got beat a couple times. Well, he didn't get beat a couple. He got beat once, but the once felt like a couple of times. Yeah, man. Yes, sir. What's going on with you, Mickey Lloyd? What's happening, homeboy? I hope Errol Spence come back though. I hope his comeback is as good as when he left, so he can get back in the game. He was always humble, but he just talked too much when it came to Terrence Crawford. He should have just been quiet, and we would have been like, okay, well, you lost, you lost. But when you talk a whole lot and then you lose, it's different. You talk a whole lot, then when you lose, it's different. Let me see. I think American fighters are weak. The overseas guys are tougher. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, whatever. That's why I ain't no belts. That's why they can't get no American belts. Yeah, I guess you had to make some kind of statement today. I guess that's the one right there. Hey, look, that's why whenever them guys from overseas come over here, they always lose. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, but Alexander Usyk and Lomachenko, the best thing that ever came from across the pond. Hey, look, what up, Tariq? What up? I'm going to keep pushing. You know, I don't know no other way to do it. I don't know no other way to do it but to keep pushing hard. I'm pushing right now. Hey, look, I was outside running in the rain. It was pouring down raining when I left home. I was wet before I got out the parking lot. But still got that walk and that run in. I walked to the edge of the parking lot and then I ran. I run when I get to the street because my parking lot be having little puddles. Yeah, that's it. You know the deal. I just dropped a video on my channel now talking about the ab roller push-ups. How did Bud weight drain Earl? Boy, you is all backwards on your info. First of all, Errol Spence was the champ. He was the one that called out the weight class. He made Bud fight in his weight class because Errol Spence was the champ. He was undefeated, and he was the A card, the A side of the fight. He made the fight. He accepted the terms of Bud Crawford. He called him out and then took the fight at his weight class and lost. Come on, man. You better pay attention. And Boots, no matter what people say, Boots ain't took now fight. Boots just wanted to jump over the line and go straight to the championship round. Ain't took now fight with nobody with a belt. He fought it for a vacant belt. Yeah, the rain was waiting on me. It was waiting on me because they know how I do. Hey, look, I've been in the house and it was sunny outside. And I ain't really want to go running. And I looked outside and it was raining. I went and got dressed. I run in the rain, the snow, heavy wind, hail. I mean, like, it don't matter. That's when the run gets fun. The run gets fun when you got to do something. You got to fight against adversity. I got a video on my channel called I Kicked My Toe. That's a good video to watch. Because, I wish I had the video when I did it. Because I was training to throw a kick. And my heavy bag sits in a corner. My in-house heavy bag, it sits in a corner. I roll it out to the center of the floor when I want to use it. But what happened is that night, I ain't feel like rolling it out. And it sits next to my pull-up station, my tower, my power tower. So as I was throwing the kick, I had to pull my leg closer to the power tower. And I kicked the bar where you put your hands when you're doing dips. So I kicked the dip bar. Man, my whole toe turned blue. That's how hard I kicked it. I got a video on my channel says I kicked my toe, my big toe. That joint it didn't hurt. It hurt when I did it, but it don't hurt now, but it's still blue. Hey, look, sometimes you got to do what you got to do. Hey, look, no complaining, just training. In fact, I did it on Monday night because I do kick practice on Monday night. And then I went from there, I went to run. I ran on Tuesday and I ran on Wednesday. And then I ran today. Lead it great. It never fails. I wait around for you to say something stupid. Only I ain't going to read it out loud because I don't even think it makes sense to me. And you know it don't make sense to you. But that's cool, though. I appreciate you being up here. What everybody got going on today? Talk to you, boy. What's cracking? What y'all got going on today? What's up, dog? Pooh, what it do, man? Evening, coach. Carlos Foster, what's good, dog? Glad y'all up here. What's going on with you? So you see me in that VA hat, baby? You know how I do. Represent my hometown, bruh. My home state. Richmond here. Oh, man, I used to love Richmond, man. I stayed in Richmond for a little less than a year, back when I was 18 years old. I stayed in Henrico County. That spot was tough, bruh. I like Richmond. I stayed next door to Henrico High School, round the corner from John Marshall High School. Man, I don't know what it is, man. I could not think about food all day, but when it get to like 3:30, 4 o'clock, I start getting hungry. I start getting hungry because I know I eat at 5. Oh, you stay on the north side? Okay, that's what's good. Man, I used to hang out in Churchill, Chamberlain Farms, Chesterfield County. I was all over Richmond. My man said Bruce Jenner. I don't know nothing about Bruce Jenner. Say, can you charge guys for hard sparring? I don't know. Ask the guys you trying to charge. Some of them you ain't got to charge because some people don't know how to spar without going all out. They ain't never been taught. That's why you got guys that climb in a ring on the day of a fight and they partially injured in the fight. I seen guys go for fight for Olympic trials. They've been hard sparring for 2 weeks before the trial. Get in the trial and get hit one time and get dropped. And it'd be because something they did before then. Going to get to the training here, my man. You have yourself a good night, brother. Yeah, man. Take care of yourself, Buster Dustin. Minnesota in the building. Tell a young fella I said, what's good? Yes, sir. Salute, dog. 100. Salute. Ah, get it in. Get it in. Look, y'all, I gotta hop off this line now, man. I gotta go upstairs and lay this back down for a few minutes. Take me a shower and lay down before I had to come downstairs and sit up again and eat dinner. Man, this back a little sore, but I don't care, man. Still had work to do. Still did them deadlifts today, even with the back being sore. But look, check this out. I'm gonna catch y'all on the flip side of things. I'm gonna holler at y'all in a minute. It's your boy, Coach Carl. Mr. 58 is the new 28. Peace.